Welcome back to another video here, and today we are playing in a tournament. And we are playing against Dizzy for our first round here, and it's a meme strat tournament, so we don't really get to pick anything. It's all randomized. For me, I have NG Cobra Spike Factory, and our opponent is running NG Farm Ace, which is kind of, do I want to switch it? It's probably worthwhile switching, although the Cobra is pretty nice, I find, so I'm going to use this. Because of him having Ace, it's going to be pretty tough to actually get things done for him. Ooh, he's anti-stalling for some reason. Okay, let's buy a Cobra. Because he's going to be anti-stalling, I'm going to let him do that. Oh, he stopped anti-stalling. Okay. Okay, let's buy an engine now. Put that on last, and this should be reasonable. There we go. And now we want to just kind of eco, I think. Try and beat out the rounds as fast as possible. My NG spot isn't great because it doesn't hit the start, unfortunately, but it should be fine. And he goes for a sentries before anything else, so that's kind of odd. I want to buy a Boolean adjustment just to try and get down his lives at least. And that would be pretty nice. There we go. And after, okay, it's round 4. He's going to be struggling quite a bit. He needs to buy a 9-inch nails, which I think he's going to do now, right? I just kind of want to drain his lives. Yeah, there we go, 9-inch nails. And I shouldn't struggle at all to pinks. My engineer sentry should be decent enough. Although this is a bit stalling at the rounds, I think it's reasonable because we're going to be able to defend ourselves quite easily. And we just want to get enough money. Maybe at 400, I'll start placing down a few more Cobras. Or maybe I'll start it now and send some pinks out. We're going to get faced with some green wounds here, so we got to be a bit careful on how we defend stuff. So let's send out some blacks and space eco for a little bit and just buy a couple more wired funds. And this is a best of 5, so it's going to be quite interesting to see how this plays out. We need to afford a balloon trap most likely for round 10, so we can't over eco too much, but we can't under eco because of like round 13 where we have to defend with like spike factories and stuff. So this should be a quite interesting thing. I am pretty poorly defended against COs right now, so I should worry about that first. And you get up a 9-inch nails. And hopefully not have to do too much worrying eventually. He's not really forced anything, although his farms are really good. With 2 plantations already. So that's a bit concerning to me. Let's place this here. Try and get some saving up and investing into my wind trap directly, because that'll be a pretty nice advantage if I can get that up pretty quick. And he's gonna have enough money to defend pretty handedly, right? Yeah. And his main issue is gonna be camos, like camo LEDs underneath like BFBs and stuff, if he's not careful. One lead got by, kind of unfortunate, but we can go for a boon trap now, right? One more eco boost. So yeah, let's buy some defense here. And this should be able to defend it all out, maybe. So yeah. I do need to worry about him getting a bank early on. He's going to do it now. So I'm going to send some stuff at him. I don't know if this will be enough to kill him or not. He leaked a bit, but not enough. It looks like he's dead, but that's just green leg. So let's keep getting up our farms. And we want to be able to send him a BFB as soon as possible. I don't know what he's planning, but I'm planning to just get a ton of Cobras down. And what could happen throughout this game? He could buy like a Spectre maybe, and that would be pretty bad for me. Let's buy this, or send these out. Send just tons of leads, and then some leads underneath. And this should be good. Maybe even capable of killing him. Yeah, he's dead. Alright. 1-0 so far. Let's see what the next map he picks is. I'll read you the map list while waiting. So there's Offside, Farmyard, Ghostly Coast, Hot Tub, Blasted Populace, Waddle Resorts, Park, Inlets, Super Monkey Lane, Yin Yang, Swamp, Bottle Sands, A-Game, Swan Lake, Dread, and Water Hazard and Snowy Castle. And also Sprinkler, but we already did Sprinkler. And we both get 1 reroll per loadout land. I don't know what I said, land. 1 loadout map. And he picks Snowy Castle. Okay, there we go. Let's meme strat here. Ooh. I got Subfarm Boat. He got a Dart Farm Cobra. Ooh. This is pretty good. Yeah, I'll do this. Alright. Maybe I'll put the sub at top. Sub can go on top. Yeah. Alright, Dart Farm Cobra. How do I want to handle that? The biggest issue is going to be adjustment, definitely. And he's not going to really have anything that's going to be very concerning to me, because I can defend basically everything mid-game. I just have to worry about those tons and tons of ceramics that I'm going to face. And ZMGs aren't going to be very effective against him, unless I can send like 3 or 4 at once. Ooh, he actually switched. He went to NG Farm Ace, which I don't know if that's any better for him. That's the exact same thing he had last time, so he must be so annoyed. But at least on this map, it might be a bit easier because of how Ace is really good in the center. And you can more concretely micro from the bottom. Yeah, NG Farm Ace there. I can use up all my land space because for like farmers and stuff, because I don't use it. So let's just go directly into farming. The easiest way to defend is going to be just with a grape shot, I believe. I think that's going to be the cheapest and most consistent way to defend stuff. And I'll place a boat here, although I probably want to buy another one at the top. So go for a 2-boat defense start instead of a grape shot, but I don't think that's going to be worth it with how much I'm going to leak here. And I don't want to spike, because spikes can be important in defending Moabs later on. So I'm going to try and keep that in the back pocket for a bit, unless I ever need it. Let's set this to last. And this should be capable of defending. I might need another boat here if I start leaking too much. Although it's pretty good if he just keeps like spamming pinks and wasting his money, because this boat spot is actually putting in a decent amount of work here. And round 6 is coming, so I want to maybe buy another boat at the top. I keep wanting to put a boat up here, although that does anti-stall. I don't really care. I actually probably prefer to anti-stall in this type of position, because of how he's going to have so much money to GZ and stuff later on. Although that's going to be his main source of damage. So he's going to struggle a lot, like mid-game, to get those farms up continuously. And okay, is this all right? I don't know if this is gonna work out well. Maybe we put this on close for a bit, and then just buy another boat at the top, and that should be able to handle at least better than it was before without leaking too much. And does he have 9-inch nails? I think so. I'll be able to see. Yeah, he does have 9-inch nails. Okay, good. Set this back to last, and this is fine on first. Maybe I'll put it on strong, so when I buy grape shot, I should be able to just defend whatever he sends. Unless he sends a ton, that requires me to maybe buy something else. Okay, let's buy this now. And this should be capable. Set that to strong first. Do I have to boost here? I don't want to. I prefer not to boost. Yeah, I didn't have to boost there. Okay, good. Maybe a reactor would actually be pretty good on this map. Like here. I saw this for a reactor. And be able to defend everything that he sends. I'll wait until I see some LEDs on my screen. Yeah. There we go. And we'll just buy a boat down here. Clean up anything that goes by. Send him some whites, and that should be pretty good at forcing a balloon trap, right? He doesn't even go for it because he didn't have enough money. So that's good. He bought that, another plantation, which is kind of risky, I feel like. But it's okay. Can't really punish it at all. I'll go for a sub up here. Just in case he sends anything big, I can always buy a airburst. And yeah. Now I have this extra boat down here in case I need a destroyer. Round 13/14, maybe even 15, I might see some rushing from him. Although the reactor should be capable of defending everything. And I don't know if he's going to be unlucky. I don't know if he's going to be able to afford a bank on time without giving up too much money. Because he's going to need to defend LEDs, right? Does he have 2 balloon traps? It looks like it. He looks like he has 2 balloon traps. Okay, I would send... I don't know, do I want to send? I could probably make more just by not sending, but it's probably fine. Okay, balloon boosts. I mean, tower boost. So he's got 1 tower boost left, and that's really good for us. Him defending a Moab is going to be very difficult, because one, he's going to have to catch all the LEDs to pop the Moab, and then he's going to have to catch all those ceramics, and then I'm probably going to send some camo LEDs in between the regular LEDs to get them through, and the Moab will eat up all his cleansing foam. So the best time is probably just to go directly with some camo LEDs, actually, and then maybe throw in some things underneath. Okay, let's collect this. Use the Moab now. There we go. And there are some LEDs that got by. Good. And he should be dead. Yeah. Good game. 2-0. Hopefully we can make a quick 3-0. And then the next round, we're going to be facing, if we win, we'll be facing the winner. Well, it's actually 2 rounds before us. So we need to wait for Fidel versus Get Clap. And the winner of that plays against Necessary Pool, which I don't know, that's just like someone's else, like pseudonym. And then after that winner and Necessary Pool, we play the winner. So it's going to be pretty interesting. He didn't give a map though. He rolled but not give a map. He rolled Dart Farm Village, which is kind of interesting. So maybe he wants to figure out his strategy first before picking a map. Which is kind of, I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but I don't really care. He goes Dread Balloon. Okay. Meme strat. Tax-back glue. Actually, that's not... Actually, I have no camo detection. That's not bad. Tax-back glue versus Dart Farm Village. I have no camo detection, except for Glue Storm. So Glue Storm is going to save my life most of the time. Spike in tag isn't bad. If it was ice, I would prefer to have ice. I'm going to reroll. Ooh, Tax-back Ninja. Tax-back Ninja. If it's... Oh, he rolled Dartling Farm Village. Oh, not Dart Monkey. Oh. Okay, he got... Alright, I can go Tack Ninja's back. That's not bad. Against Dartling Village. Okay. I think this is better because I'm going to be able to defend camos more consistently now. It's still kind of unfortunate we got tax back without farms, but because it's really expensive, unless you have like ice, which can defend pretty much everything. So yeah. We're going to place a tax shooter here, and this should be able to defend basically everything, I believe. Might have been better to place a spike down so we didn't get farms, actually. But it's fine. The Minecraft server is pretty much over by now. So I could start uploading some Terraria or new Minecraft content if that's something you guys would like to see. And also, why would you put your farm up there when you have a Dartwing Village? You should put your farm closer to your Dartwing so you can use the village's discounting property to not be able to spend so much money and increase your farms, which is kind of bad for us. So it's good that he's not doing that. And instead he's wasting money. So we'll go here. And I'll buy a 2-0 just to not die to random things. So this should be pretty nice. Anything interesting else? Eco is going to be very tough to win. It's unfortunately that we got 2 in a row for Eco because of his insanely good farming. That's going to happen. Like, he's already got a plantation round 4, which is absurd. It might have been better to just go for a 0-3 instead of a 2-3, but it's fine. It shouldn't impact the stalling at all, really. It just makes it so we don't lose lives, which is going to be pretty important when it comes to defending against camo balloons, because our camo defense is kind of shoddy against like leads and stuff. So we're going to need to rush for a spiked balls and probably 5,000 plus eco, if lucky. Although I expect him to be trying to rush us consistently. And to defend his ZMGs, we're going to need spike storms, spiked mines, and maybe a couple maelstroms plus sabo. Yeah, let's kind of start thinking about how to defend those before anything else, actually. How to defend ZMGs consistently. We have the tack sprayers. Tack sprayers can probably deal with the ZMG layer, and then we can have a sabo to slow down things. You use spike storms to defend the BFBs, and while it's Moabs and weak BFBs, we can maelstrom the insides and let the spiked mines clean up. Of course, we're not going to be able to defend consistently with that, though. That's going to be very difficult to do. Also, is he forgetting he has village? He might just be forgetting that he has village. I don't know why he's playing like this, but yeah. We'll go for a spiked mines here. Or here, I guess. Here is fine. Because we want that, like, splash damage to affect everything in this corner, kind of. If we're available. Or if it's available. So yeah, we'll go for a spiked mines here. We have 750 eco. So that's pretty nice. We'll be able to afford most of our defense on time. If he starts sending a ton of leads and stuff, we can buy a couple flash bombs. Maybe try and aim for it a bit lower down here. Oh, he doesn't have lead defense. Oh, that's stupid of me. I don't know why I even sent camo. That's useless. Let's go like this. Send some things on top. Force a monkey fort. Yep. And the best way to just kind of save up money is just keep buying a couple of spike factories. Maybe we'll go with like 2 spiked balls so we can maybe like afford a sabotage in case of like an all out. Now he realizes he has village. Okay. And this should be able to defend most things unless needed for more things. Unless like a big rush comes. And this is like 8,000, 9,000 in selling power. So we can always just probably maybe rush a Sabo and defend that way. I don't think I'd be able to afford a... Like, I need $5,000 more in defense to be able to afford a couple things. But I could definitely afford a spiked storm, I think. Because it's 6,000 plus like 4,000. So that should be like 10,000, I believe. Or maybe 11,000. So we can afford it after like a few seconds. And we have a good amount of defense here. So it sends some just small eco rush over the top of run 16. It's not going to do much. It just forced like 2 faster spinning barrels, it looks like. The next thing to rush with would be a Moab. And I'd like to get 2,000-ish eco before round 16. Not 16, round 20. And be capable of defending most things. I don't have a Ring of Fire up, nor any ninjas. So maybe I'll invest in a flash bomb to help defend AI and like other stuff. I don't know if it's better if I had glue or not, but the stall of ninja is going to be pretty useful. Especially since we're going against someone that's going to have like infinite money. Yeah. I need to send a mod. I'll do that now. Round 20, BFB incoming. How to defend? Maybe just buy a couple tax sprayers and then be happy. And maybe even not have to sabo that and buy a couple maelstroms. Although that does sound pretty expensive. We'll see how that goes. I'll buy a Ninja Discipline here, just to get the attack speed increase. It's very slow in applying the slowdown. We'll wait for BFB to start investing in tax sprayers because it's going to take a while for it to get anywhere near the end that's like important. So we can always just keep ecoing. Oh, we should send him a BFB now. That'd be good. It sets us back a little bit, but it's not an issue really. Okay, go with this. Send him to BFB. And we can buy another attack here. That should be enough. There isn't a point to send LEDs underneath. That's kind of just wasting money. He sold his BIA. So this is really good. He invested a lot into this. And he didn't buy like any good cleanup. Is he dead? He might have died there. No? Well done. And we gained like 400 eco while he was dealing with that BFB. So I think that was a good win for us. And that stalled out his farms quite a lot. He's probably planning to send us a ZMG. And we can afford a Maelstrom this round, so we don't have to worry about anything. I'll go for it, like, now, I guess. So we don't die. I probably don't even need a Maelstrom. It should be fine. A ZMG might be killer for him. I don't know. Do I want to send a ZMG and waste so much money on that? I could. He can defend it. And did harm my eco like a crap ton. But it would also stall his farms and possibly kill him. It's a high risk, high reward situation, I feel like. So maybe I'll send his ZMG now while his farms are not making much money. We'll sell this for it, and that should be good. He went for a BIA just now, so that's good to keep in mind of. We'll go for this, Bloom Boost. He's planning to just keep farming while the ZMG comes, I guess. He might even be planning to switch to some factories. That might be his plan. Let's buy this for back rank stuff, back row. Buy another Maelstrom, clean up easy. Actually, that's probably unnecessary because I just bought a Spiked Mines. But it's okay. He sends me a ZMG. Okay. Let's go for the plan of buying several of these. Set this guy to last. Is he sending me more? He might be trying to send me more. Okay, we'll Sabo. Go for this. Try not let them eat up the Pierce. The insides. I did not mean to buy that. I meant to buy a couple more tax sprayers here. Go for another Sabo. He sold 2 BIAs and bought a ton of defense, so that's pretty nice. We'll buy a couple more tax sprayers here. And prepare a couple... Oh yes, I was meant to do that. Okay. And this should be an easy cleanup. Yep, good. Good defend. He's kind of poor for what he should have, I believe. But he's also very rich in comparison to what I have. He doesn't have any lead detection. And we shouldn't have to worry about any of the AI. The tax sprayers will handle most of the BFBs and Moabs and stuff. The Spiked Mines will clean up. This is not looking great for us, but it's also not looking too bad. He doesn't have a stall, though he has a lot of money. So this will be quite interesting to see how this plays out. He goes for a laser cannon, which is understandable. He's gonna die, though, if he's not careful. Looks like he just died to AI, but I guess not. There's some lag. And we're gonna have like 5,000 to Chico, around 30. So that's gonna be a good start for us. He's just making so much money. It's very concerning. We probably want to buy 3-ish Spiked Mines. And I don't know if he has any more boosts left. Because I know he used 2 already. Did he use 2 already? I might be confusing last game, actually. I'm probably confusing him with last game. We'll buy a Spiked Mines here just so it can hit the front a little bit eventually. Maybe. Okay, once every like 5 to 6 spikes it hits the front. Which isn't too bad. It allows for like some camo defense to happen. And I probably want to use some tax sprayers. I'll buy a Ring of Fire just to deal with like AI to stop stealing so many pops and damage. He bought a Ring of Doom. He's just got so much money. Holy cow. I have Sabo, so I'm going to be able to always get some extra money from that. But yeah, it's not looking good. He's probably got $200,000 on hand-ish, maybe a bit less. So how to deal with that? His defense is super expensive. Like, he's not going to be really able to defend anything past like round 34 maybe, I believe. Although he's going to probably rush me very soon. And how to deal with that? I don't know. I'm just going to keep ecoing, I feel like. And sending several ZMGs is going to be good enough. Like, I'm going to be able to send about probably 80 by the time he rushes. Not 80 ZMGs, but 8 ZMGs maybe. And how to defend around 33? Probably a couple more tax sprayers should be good. So let's go for a few more now. Maybe I want to buy a few Jitsus. And this should be capable of defending. He's just spamming Ray of Dooms, which I don't think is actually good, because that's so much money that he's just wasting. Yeah, going for 2 1s is just better. Okay, he rushes me now. Let's Sabo. Wait for him to waste his money. And wait for our money to build up a little bit. Okay, we can send him several now. Go for a couple more Sabos, just premeditatively. Buy a Spike Storm. Sabo again. Send a few more of these. Buy another Sabo. I don't have more stuff to send him, really. Okay, let's send another set. Okay, he's boosting. He might die here, actually. The power of the Sabo is coming to life. We use our spikes, I guess. We don't need them, but it's useful, I guess. Send more ZMGs. We don't want to pop it. We do not want to do that. Is he dead? He boosts. Hopefully that's not enough. Yeah, I think he's dead here. Right? GG's? GG's, man. Sabo coming in clutch. Holy cow. Yeah, he definitely needed to rush there much sooner. And that's a 3-0 from us. GG's Dizzy, and I hope you guys enjoy some of the future episodes or videos that I make. And yeah. Peace out. Check in the next video, probably coming in tomorrow or a couple days. Peace.